Hi, this is Ross from Marina Marbella UK, and today we're going to have a look at this absolute stunner. It's a Sea Ray 320 Coupe, but there's a difference. Come with me, let's go and have a look. Right on cue, sun comes out. So if you'd like to come with me, come down here, Mark, come down here. I wanted, first of all, as we're outside of the boat, to just show you the beautiful glass that we have across the front screen. When we go into the boat, you'll see how easy and that your view is not impaired at all. So the pillars are in the right spot and you've got a fantastic view all the way through. So lovely glass front screen, and then a sliding door on here as well. So element-wise, you're fully protected. Now, there then becomes two options. One, you can have this panel, complete glass all the way around, on both sides, and then the glass at the front. Two, you'd have it like we have here, so glass front screen, and then we have a canvas panel and then glass at this point. Or number three, there are 3 digits, it would be what we call a fully open boat. So you'd have this point here, which is the canvas, and that would be the same on the front. So you'd have the screen would be half at this point here, canvas on the front, canvas on the side, canvas on the other side. So there are 3 options. So moving down the boat this way, I just want to talk about this section of canvas. So this is the standard canvas that comes with a boat. It's the coupe canvas. As you can see, it's on an angle down the back of the boat here. You still get, in fact, if you stay there, I'm going to pop inside and just show you the head height on the back here, just so you get an idea. I'll put the sun pad up already for you to have a look at, but there you go. See, it's just slightly touching the back head, but you can still sit in here. We'll have a look at that sun pad when we go back in a minute. So, second option you can have is like a camper canvas. So that would mean you'd have an extension bar that will come along at a level height up to here, about here, and then that will come right the way down the back of the boat, giving you a little bit more comfort in the actual boat itself, so you could sit back a little bit more. But obviously the lines start to change a little bit, but practicality point of view, it works a treat. But it's just depending on how you want to use the boat. That's an optional extra, that section, the what we call the camper canvas, or you can have the standard that you see here. Should we go in the boat now? Just remove the canvas from the back of the boat now, and look at that, doesn't she look gorgeous? So, walking round, we can start to, well, first of all, look at this. Fender clips. Something that Sea Ray uses, it's a fantastic idea. It keeps the cleats free for the mooring lines, and your fenders could just pop into here, and you can see them down the side of the boat here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side of each side of the boat. Does obviously appear from camera? Sorry, 4 each side, port and starboard. So now, back of the boat. This locker here, on a gas strut again, up very easily. We've got some shoes in there, hopefully you can't see those. We've got engine panels, so we've got the engine batteries and the house battery domestics in here to turn them on and off, and that's also where your shore power is. So that's in there. This locker, nice big locker on the back of the boat. Fenders can go in there, mooring lines, canvas, all sorts of bits and pieces. So another decent sized locker there. Again, double gas struts, that closes down. What can I tell you on the back here? Ah yes, over here. On the starboard side, we have the fuel and we have the waste. Do you want to come on board, Mark? Come on. So, rather than getting any of these mixed up, we don't want to put water and fuel, water and fuel, fuel and water, etc., etc. This one is your waste for the toilet. This one is the fuel, and the water is up on the bow. We'll have a look at that in a little minute. On the back here as well, you can see at this point, there's a very nice stainless steel door going into the cockpit. And over here is the hot and cold transom shower. Perhaps I should leave that open. There you go. It's the hot and cold transom shower. Oh, I'm sure you've seen it already, but we have teak. This particular owner has gone for teak throughout, and it's very nice underfoot, and you can probably see it. And as we go through the boat, you'll see it all the way through the boat. Moved into the cockpit now. Before we move further through the boat, I wanted to show you this section back here. We had a look at the locker just a second ago. There is another option in this section of the boat, on the transom here. You can have a sun pad, this backrest rather here, which will pivot roughly where my hand is, and it will spin round. What that allows you to do is you then continues the sun base, the pad base here, all the way out to this point here. And then you have a locker that's on a slight angle down, which you can still use for fenders and lines as you would here. That's the explanation of this section here. As you can see, this is a stone, it's the grey, it's the most popular interior that we do. This is the stone material. We've dropped, this is a table under here, a teak table. I've dropped it down to have the cushions on as well to show you. In fact, if you come forward, I don't know if you can see it. Come in here. So can you see that there? So if I was to lean this forward up here, then you have a sun pad that goes all the way down through the boat to this point, and then if you had that option on the back, spin that through, and then you've got a continuation of a sun pad there. So that's a big area. Now, if I wanted to turn this back into a table, all I have to do is just pull these two handles. Give me 1 second. Then you can see underneath is a beautifully crafted teak table, ready for you to enjoy your coffee in the sunshine. This particular customer went for the LED package. Now, if I pop that on now, because this is where you're going to get the best view of it, there's detailing that comes through on the underneath of the seats, in the cup holders and underneath the handles over this side here, and you can also see it around the top of the sunroof, which we'll have a look at in a minute. There is also some white lights on the floor level, which I am about to turn on if I can find the button. Donk, there it is. So again, if you wanted to turn your batteries on onto the boat there and leave the accent lights if you're coming down to the boat in evening time, as soon as you turn those on and you left that option on there, then you'd see it all the way through the boat. So it'd give you great access through the boat, then you can see where you're going. So it's a little thing, but a very nice detail nonetheless. So in the cockpit on the starboard side is the galley area. You can see the hob here. This particular owner has gone for the electric hob. We have 3 options for this. So we have the electric hob, as I say here. We have the griddle, which would allow you to have a top actually to go on here, which will be a continuation of the quartz you see here all the way through with the griddle. Or you can have an electric ring and like a methylated spirit type burner, and that would allow you to use the boat offshore. So that's what we have there. Over here is a very nice deep sink. I don't know if you can see that from over there, Mark. Come over here and have a look. So, nice deep sink in there. And then down here we have the fridge, and over here we have the American trash can. Engine hatch is also here on the starboard side. If I push this little button here, and then up she comes. Okay, we've managed to get the engine hatch up here. I just wanted to show you, there's a safety feature under here. Simple little thing, but they thought about it. Safety bar, so you go all the way up, bring it down, and that way you've got support for operating. So anybody working on the engines have got safety knowing that the hatches are going to come down. It's a nice little feature, but it's there. So down in the engine bay itself here, we've got, in this particular bay, we've got twin 6.2 300 horsepower V8s. Fantastic sounding engines, and we'll see how they perform a little bit later on in the video. So very nice space all the way around in here. You can see there's plenty of space to get round. We've got the batteries that go around on the port side of the boat. We've got battery chargers down in here, and then all the electrical breakers and fuses and things are situated down the starboard, port side of the boat as well. Moving around to the starboard side, we've got a water tank. We've got a diesel tank, because on this particular one we have diesel heating, Webasto heating. We've got waste tank on here as well, which is situated just in the centre of the boat down here. Oh, fuel tank directly under me as well. So lots of space, you can get around the engines, and as you'll see a bit later on, these guys can punch this boat along a little bit. We have storage, which is all the way around these seats here, up to this point here. We have storage under this seat as well. If I get you to come out, Mark, this way, and then I'll show you the headrest or the backrest support here. We have this for facing forward support, and then the sun pad or the lounger for this way. We have heating ducts here, heating outlet here. So this, as I said earlier on, we saw the fuel tank down below. This is the actual heating for the cockpit. We've got one here, and then we have one at the feet, which is just below the helms person. So whoever's driving the boat over here, in the winter time, you will have lovely toasty feet. Can you see it from there? Probably not. Have to excuse the socks, just over here. Lovely. On this particular boat, we have a fantastic sunroof, as you can see there. Now, that means nobody misses out on the sunshine or the good weather while they're on the boat. Sat at the helm, I thought I'd take you through what we have our fingertips. So starting on the port side, left hand side over here, we've got the stereo control, and then we have all the running and doing switches. So we've got navigation lights, we've got courtesy lights we looked at earlier on, bilge pumps, overhead lights here, accent lights, so the blue lights, or the courtesy lights are the little white. In fact, have I showed you a courtesy light? I don't know if you can see it down here by my toes. Can you see that down there? If I leave my sock there, you can see it glowing on the sock, and if I turn it off, then it goes off. So that is a courtesy. That's a low-level light that we have all the way through the cockpit. So in winter time, if you're coming onto the boat, where we looked at the over here, where we looked at the batteries on the port, port side rear of the boat, we lifted the hatch up, turned the batteries on. If you left that little switch here, the courtesy light, can you see that down here, over here? That's it. If you left that one on and had the batteries on, as soon as you turn the batteries on, you're going to get all the low-level lighting coming on in the boat, and that will simply guide you in, and then you can unlock the cabin and go down into the cabin. So all very easy from here. So courtesy light we talked about, accent light, which is the blue we've already talked about, and the horn. We also have docking lights right on the very front of the bow of the boat as well, which I didn't show you earlier on. So I'll put a little picture in, ding, at this point, and the horn here as well. And then on the far side over here, on the starboard side, we've got switches that deal with the windlass, the first three. First one actually turns it on, and then you've got the up and downies. Then we've got bilge pumps, we've got bilge blowers, and then a battery parallel crossover. Over here, we've got the windscreen control and the washer, which is going to control that up on here. Da, da, da. Below that, we have the bow thruster, and then down here, we have the trim tabs, just in here. So we've got two screens up on the dash here. These are the 9-inch, we do a 12-inch as well. This particular unit over here is showing you the depth, and then on this one over here we've currently got that sat at engine data. You can move those around, so there's a chart you can have on there as well, all sorts of bits and pieces as well. So that's what we have through the top of the screen. And then over here, VHF. But this particular client's opted for the VHF, so that's where the VHF is in here. Then we have a storage box just in here for valuables, which is quite nice. There's an automatic fire extinguisher in the engine bay. If you wanted to trigger that for any reason, you can actually pull that switch down there, and that will set off the fire extinguisher, which is sat in the engine bay. We talked about VHF, we've talked about ducts down there, so that is everything you need to know down there. And next, we'll start the engines. All I have to do, we've got the bilge blower going, is push this button once. So there we go. So now we have the engines running, and all sorts of bits and pieces will flash up, and you can see over here this very important piece of equipment. This is the joystick. So this will allow you to take the whole of the boat from where we are on the dock here to the side, or if you wanted to spin the boat in a 360, or hold the boat in position. If you were looking to go into a lock or into a marina and you wanted to hold the boat in position, you would push the skyhook button, and that will simply hold you with the engines and the sat nav, and it will hold the boat in place. And the last thing that this also does is autopilot. So if you are running on a course over a longer distance and you wanted to go to A, B, C points that you've already put your waypoints you put in your chart, you could put this in and then adjust it, rotate this, say, to the starboard side, and that will correct you between 1 and 10 degrees to go around an obstacle, and then you can put yourself back again. So that's how that works. And then we have drive on the boat, and then over here is another feature called active trim, and that's where you can actually set the boat up at different levels to optimize, because we have a ski hook on this boat as well, to optimize your ride through the water. So lots of detail, all lots of fun. Okay, so the next thing is to go up onto the bow. So we've had a lovely flat area all the way through the cockpit. We have 2 steps up onto the bow, over the drain, which if any water coming onto the bow will go over the side, and simply, there we go, and it just locks into position there. Very easy. And then up we go, onto the bow. Come on, Mark. There he is. Okay, so look, we've got 3 very comfortable seats through here. The headrest can be adjusted. You've got armrests here as well. We've got the sun pads actually tilted at the moment, which gives you a little bit of support under your knee here. They will go flat as well, so you just simply pull these up here, pull the support underneath, and then that will go down flat. So each of these could be flat, so you could have a sun pad through here. These tilt up as well, as you see there. Under here we've got controls for plug-in for the stereo. So there's it's Bluetooth anyway, but if you wanted to charge your phone or if you wanted a direct link, you can do it here. We've got cup holders. There is an option to have a table which would come out here. There's a bracket that will go here and that would come up, or even rather here actually, and then come up, so you have your little table here. We've got the nav lights here as well. Then under here we have the electric windlass, as you can see there. And then this locker here has a storage area under there as well. So on a beautiful day like today, this is a fantastic area to be on your boat. Can you see that? Hello, welcome to the cabin. So, come down here and let's have a look at this. Now, key features to remember, we are still on a 32-foot day boat. And we've seen that through the cockpit and up onto the bow. But now we come down into the cabin and we still have a bow area. Even though we've got those lovely seats up on the bow there, the 3 seats, we still have plenty of space down here. So to show you, we have the saloon table, which folds in half like so, so you still have access round, because in a minute we'll have a look, and there's actually the electrics panel in here. So that comes down. So we've got good height, you can see plenty of height ahead to the top here. Just going to close that there, plenty of height here, and that goes all the way around. There's no interruptions or restrictions through here, all the way around like so. And we've got, I don't know if you can see it from there, but this side we're on a pontoon, so this side is a nice window at the sort of eye level, and that goes through onto the other side over here. Cleaner's done his best, bless him, but it's a little bit a bit of salt on there, but nonetheless it's all good. And then I'm going to drop this table down to show you the infill for the front berth. So pop that down like so. Now here we go. Put the knee on to add last bits. Dunk, down we go. Make sure we close those 2 bits off there, like that. That goes to there, and then just like any good Boy Scout or Blue Peter badge winner, here's one I made earlier, just like that, the infill for the forward berth. Okay, so we've looked at the berth now and the infills where we are here. Obviously don't forget there's storage throughout these lockers underneath the berth as well. Over here we have a nice sized fridge, microwave, storage again under these lockers under here, and then moving around you can actually, as we're here now, you can see that the portholes as well. So even though they're solid panels, you still get a little bit of ventilation coming through here, through the portholes, which is a nice touch. Do those back up, because they always say watertight closure, keep shut when underway. Well, there we go. Health and safety. Down here is a control for the stereo for the cabin. There's a 12-volt socket there. The carbon monoxide sensor is over here. The handheld for the VHF is up here. And then this is the controls for the sockets to turn the main power all the way through the boat for the sockets. And then in here, we have all the controls from the shore power down here. Now this is the keys, this one and this one. So now the engines will now be live, and we can go up and push that button back on the throttle, and that'll get the engines going again. And then down here we've got our 12-volt socket. So we've got 12-volt controls. So with things like cabin lights, refrigerators, pumps, all those bits and pieces are all being controlled here. And then right at the very bottom, this one has the Webasto heating unit, and that is the digital control down there. Hello and welcome to the smallest room in the house, but still plenty going on in here. So what do we have? Well, sat here we have a shower which comes up to here like so, and I'm pleased to report still got headroom up here, so it's a full all the way around standing shower. That then goes back down into the shower hole down there. Then we've got the sink, nice glass bowl, vent again like we had in the forward area there, so nice window with an opening attachment through there. Storage where the toilet roll holders get kept under there, so that's kept dry. On and off on here for the lights. It's a vacuum flush system, so simple controls on the foot, just push down or pull up, and there's a little shower drain over the side here. And then over here, oh yes, very practical of course, 240 volt or 230 volt. So hair tongs, hair dryers, gentlemen, anything you like. all there. You've still got the mirror here as well. So, and what we've got on the other side of this? A little bit of storage too. So yeah, another great room. Okay, we're now down in the aft cabin, the mid cabin, or the traditional Sea Ray snug, just like we saw on the 370 Sundancer. 320 here, great storage, right, full beam across the boat. We've got nice reading lights up here, both sides. Storage compartments down either side as well. Another bit of storage just here, which is great. That goes down to the floor level as well. So very convenient. If the kids were back here, iPads or bits and pieces could be easily stored in there. And nice and safe. But what I wanted to show you was how this converts. It's very simple, very easy. We're just going to pull this here, and that comes all the way across. This is famous last words, of course. Tap that into there, bring that into there. This cushion from this side comes across as well. There we go. Just like that. And now, really you'll be sleeping this way. Just like that, heads on the back here, feet on the front, or yeah, you could sleep this way. My feet aren't even touching the bottom, so there's plenty of space. We've got sockets over there as well, and what I've just spied from here, the ball gown storage, I found it. If I open this here, I'll give you the full effect. I'll get the hangers out as well so we don't lose anything in the presentation. Da and da. Let me bring you around. Look at that. I hope you liked the video that we put together for the stunning Sea Ray 320 Sundancer. And yes, she is a beauty. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. We will be exhibiting a Sundancer 320 at the Southampton Boat Show this year in September. So please get in touch with us and then we can arrange for an appointment for you to come down and view the boat for yourself. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and then we look forward to seeing you on the next one.